When you get started on your health journey, it can be super overwhelming as you read about all these different toxins and chemicals that are going to kill you if you get too many of them, all these foods that are bad for you. Then you'll start to read the conflicting evidence that one person tells you should only eat meat, another one says you should only eat plants, and then you get everything in between. And most people end up just getting confused and stuck and overwhelmed and fed up, and they throw their hands up and say, who cares? Well, I want to help you a little bit as you delve into this journey. There's a few key points to keep in mind here that I think will help you. Number one, don't ever give up on it just because it's overwhelming, because it really is worth looking after our health, because the older we get, the harder it is to unwind a lot of the damage that's been caused by not just our own lifestyle, but toxins and stress and everything else. So it's always worth it, but let's set you up for success instead of failure. So number one, don't try and change everything all at once. Literally what I tell my sickest patients that I work with is just every month. So if you did this every month for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, imagine where you'd be, where take out the worst thing you're doing. So if you're smoking and you want to get healthier, obviously we all know that's probably the best thing to stop. Or if you were drinking 4 sodas a day or something obvious like that, find the most unhealthy thing you're doing and get rid of it. And it could be a mental stress or some kind of bad addiction or habit like that too. But whatever it is, just get rid of that thing. And then add one good thing. So let's say you weren't really drinking any water. Start drinking clean filtered water every day with some minerals in it, some trace minerals or some salt, and just do that. Don't change anything else in your health lifestyle. If you stopped smoking and added water and you kept eating fast food and all of those other things, that's fine. Don't let people tell you that you're failing because of that. Now you build a habit over 30 days, then the next month you keep doing those things, then you remove the next worst thing. Now it might be, instead of eating fast food every day, you might say, I'm just going to try and do it once every other day. And that's the bad thing you're getting rid of. Then you might add another good thing. Maybe it's a piece of good quality red meat every day. Whatever it is, it's going for a walk. And if you just slowly do that, over time, you're going to make such huge changes. Now, if you're already eating fairly clean and exercising, but your overwhelm is all the toxins you're exposed to, that's even easier. Now you just pick one thing at a time. So for this month, it might be I'm going to get rid of all my plastic food storage and replace it with glass. And I'm going to make sure I'm drinking from a water bottle that's not plastic, and it's either stainless steel, or I really like mine it's a brand called Iron Flask. Just something like that. And then the next month, remove another toxin. It might be getting rid of all your non-sticks and going to stainless steel saucepans and fry pans. It can really be that easy. Now, when you read conflicting evidence and different experts telling you one thing or another, here's what I look for there. Look for what's reasonable. If someone's telling you that you can only be healthy if you live the cleanest of clean lives, then you probably don't need to follow that person. It might work for that person, but for 99% of us, it doesn't. So really, if you can get healthy, you can aim for about 90-10 or even an 80-20, where 80% of what you do is really good, and then there's 20% still of some chemicals or some not so good foods still in your life. But if those not so good foods are getting cleaner and cleaner over time, then that's even better. But it has to be sustainable. And there's always going to be research that can argue basically anything. If you set up an experiment the right way, you can get a certain outcome. So when you see conflicting research, I then recommend people try it. People come to me and say, should I eat carnivore or plant-based? Well, I've found in general, most of the patients I work with who are chronically ill do much better on more of a carnivore-based diet than plant-based. But there is a small percentage of people who absolutely thrive on plants and do terrible with meat. So try things and see, what do you feel better on? And as you're moving more chemicals and toxins and stresses out of your life, you're going to get the sensitivity. What does well for my body and what doesn't? And you don't have to do everything you read about. Just because you read that something's really good for you, like maybe you don't want to do a cold plunge or cold showers. I do fine with those, but no matter how much I try and sit and meditate, I really struggle with it. So my meditation becomes exercise or walking outside in nature. Where I grew up in Australia, I live right by the beach, so being in the ocean was my meditation, and that's why I really want to get back to the beach here in the next few years, as in living there, but we take vacations to go there, get into the mountains, go to the desert, just be outside somewhere. That could be your meditation. So for me, that's what I have to do. No matter how much I try, even with guided meditation apps, I really struggle, and I'll go through cycles where I try it, but just doesn't work very well. Just start with the basics. No matter what, we all have to eat as clean as possible. We all need to exercise and move regularly. We all need to manage our emotional stress and make sure we're in environments where we're not getting that emotional stress increased on us. We all need to sleep well, so slowly build good sleep routines. And ideally, we need to slowly cut down on the toxins and chemicals that we get exposed to. If you just focus on those 5 fundamentals slowly with baby steps, one thing per month, in 5 years you'll look back and you'll have removed 60 bad things and added 60 good things, because that's 60 months in 5 years. And then all of a sudden it really is that easy. So take a deep breath, don't get overwhelmed by it, don't try and do everything you read about, and especially don't try and do it all at once. And remember, a lot of these health gurus you see online, these biohackers, they've been at this game for a very, very long time. So they've built a lot of really good habits over that time. They didn't just suddenly wake up one day and go from I'm going to be unhealthy to I'm going to do these things. And I don't think they all do a good enough job at that. Instead, a lot of them leave people feeling like they're guilty that they're harming themselves or their family because they're not doing everything perfectly. Well, we're never going to do it perfectly, so you just have to be okay with that. It's just, how can I get a little bit better each day with my health? And I promise you, if you focus on it that way, the overwhelm will go away. But if you've got more questions, or you're concerned about there's just certain things you know you've got to deal with but you just can't find ways to do it, leave a comment on this video and myself and other people will comment back on what's worked for us to remove that issue or toxin or whatever else it is. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you can continue on the conversation with the other videos we do.